Good afternoon, race fans. Welcome to Charlotte Motor Speedway. I'm Aaron Johnson with the Johnson iRacing team, bringing you today's feature event, 20 laps on the high banks of the mile-and-a-half tri-oval at Charlotte in the Fanatec Rookie Street Stock Series. Let's have a look at the starting lineup. Starting in the 17th spot in car number 14, it's the Weed Racing Chevrolet of Derek McMurtry, Derek out of Ohio. Starting in the 16th spot in car number 8, racing out of Erie, Pennsylvania, it's the Me Chevrolet of Christian Tompkins. Starting in the 15th spot in car number 00, he's going to show up on the telemetry on the right side of your screen as car number 5. That is Jacob Johnson in the Johnson iRacing Team Napa Auto Parts Chevrolet out of Conifer, Colorado. In the 14th spot, racing out of Pennsylvania in the Branch Chevrolet, that's Brian Conrath. Starting in the 13th spot in car number 10, racing out of South America, that is Ariel Balderrama. Starting 12th in car number 9, he's in the infield. He did not make the starting grid. That would be Jordan Beasley out of Indiana. Starting 11th in car number 12, that's Nas Joov in the U.S. Air Force Chevrolet out of Arizona. Starting 10th out of Montevideo, Uruguay, driving car number 4. That's the Caution Tape Chevrolet of Alejandro Segovia. Now, your top 8 starters. Starting 8th in car number 15, it's the It's Still Real to Me Chevrolet of Christopher Oster out of the Midwest. Starting 7th in car number 17, it's Andre Marquez in the Schramm Chevrolet out of Iberia. Andre didn't make the starting grid in time. He will start from the pits. Starting 6th in car number 13, racing with us from the Club West regions, the Peak Chevrolet of Aaron Williams. Starting 5th in car number 16, the Hellman's Mayonnaise Chevrolet of Robert Tucker, Robert out of the Northwest region. Starting 4th in car number 7, that is Christopher Hart, the Mellow Yellow Chevrolet out of the Mid-South region. In the 3rd starting spot out of Ashtabula, Ohio, that's the car number 2 of Adam Green. On the front row outside, racing out of New York in the Union 76 Chevrolet, it's Nick Martin. And on the pole in car number 11, that's Jeffrey Blanchard, racing out of Vermont. The pace car leading the field down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Blanchard on the front row inside. Martin on the front row outside. Behind them, Green and Hart. 3rd row, Tucker and Williams. 4th row, Oster and Segovia. And the 5th row, Blanco and Joov. Those are your top 10 starters. There are 17 cars scheduled to run 20 laps at Charlotte Motor Speedway. The pace car is in. Jeffrey Blanchard hammers the throttle, gets a nice jump on the start over the 3 of Nicholas Martin. Going to pull Adam Green past on the inside. It's going to be Blanchard 1, Green 2, then Martin 3 as the cars head into turn number 1 off the front straightaway. Blanchard out front, followed by the 2 of Adam Green, then the 3 of Nicholas Martin. Blanchard down into turn number 2 as he comes out onto the back straightaway. It's going to be Jeffrey Blanchard with the lead, followed by Martin, Green, Hart, and Tucker. Those are the top 5. Down the back straightaway now, Jeffrey Blanchard rolls into turn number 3. Blanchard with a nice, smooth, even line, gets the car down about wheel width away now, right onto the blue line, separating the apron from the banking. Very careful here at Charlotte to keep those left side tires off the apron, as it has a tendency to unload the left side of the car and really loosen the car up. At the end of lap number 1, it's Jeffrey Blanchard with the lead, but the 2 of Adam Green closing in, followed by Martin, Tucker, and Alejandro Segovia rounding out the top 5. It looks as though about 7 cars have broken away from this lead pack, so the top 7 ending with Aaron Williams are in one group. Then there's a second group being led by Joov in car number 12. Behind Joov, it's Blanco, Oster, and Jake Johnson, who's moved into 11th, followed by Balderrama, Conrath, McMurtry, Tompkins, and Marquez, the last car on the lead lap. 16 cars. We finished the second of 20 laps, and at the line, it's Jeffrey Blanchard with the lead, but the top group here has closed up just a little bit. Now it's a 3-car breakaway. Blanchard, Green, and Martin have started to pull away from the 16 of Robert Tucker. That 4-car group, Tucker, Segovia, Hart, and Williams. Then behind them, Jacob Johnson has worked his way into the top 10 now in 9th, and Rafael Blanco rounding out the top 10. Out front, it is Jeffrey Blanchard with the lead, followed by Green, Martin, Tucker, and Segovia. Let's look back to that second group that's being led right now by the 16 of Robert Tucker. Tucker being currently shown in the 4th spot. It's Tucker, Segovia, Christopher Hart, and then Aaron Williams in the 13 car. Those 4 cars running together. The next group looks like it's being led by the 00 of Jacob Johnson. Johnson's managed to get past the 4 of Rafael Blanco and move up into the 8th spot. So that last group being led by Jake Johnson is Johnson, Blanco, Oster, and Balderrama. Back up front, it is still Jeffrey Blanchard with the lead, although the 2 of Adam Green trying to make a little noise here. Green looking to find a way around the 11 of Blanchard. Blanchard keeping that car right down on the blue line. Comes out of turn 4 onto the front straightaway into the tri-oval now. And at the start-finish line, completing lap number 4, it's still Jeffrey Blanchard. Blanchard has led every lap of this race so far. Blanchard out front, followed by Green, Martin, and Robert Tucker. It looks like that second group led by Robert Tucker has started to close in on the leaders. Blanchard, Green, Martin, now here comes Tucker. Robert Tucker trying to help close in on the leaders. Tucker's outside. It looks like Segovia trying to make a little bit of a move. Got some action here between the 16 and the 6. Segovia gets back in line. The 16 of Blanchard the 16 of Tucker trying to pull up to the lead group here, being led by Blanchard at the line. Blanchard leads again. We're on lap 6 of 20. Blanchard has led every lap of this race so far, although now we've got the 2 trying to look a little bit to the outside. Blanchard comes into the middle of 1 and 2, now out of 2 on the back straightaway. It's a 7-car train, 7 cars in this lead pack, led by Jeffrey Blanchard. It's Blanchard, Green, Martin, Tucker, Segovia, and Hart, with Aaron Williams rounding out that 7th position. The second group back being led by Jake Johnson. Those cars about 2.5 seconds behind this lead pack. Out front, Blanchard continues to lead and complete lap number 6 of 20. Jeffrey Blanchard continues to lead this pack. Now a little gap back. 4 cars in this top group. Blanchard, Green, Martin, and it looks like Tucker has moved back, and the 6 of Alejandro Segovia has made his way into this top pack. Then behind Segovia, Tucker and Christopher Hart running side by side. That group has fallen away from this lead group just a bit as the 2 of Adam Green looks to the outside of the 11 of Jeffrey Blanchard. It's Blanchard on the inside, Green on the outside. Now the 3 of Nicholas Martin looks to the inside. The 2 gets a little sideways, bounces off the wall. That's going to give the spot to, and 6 and 2 get together, both cars into the outside wall hard. That's going to be a crash between the 6 and the 2. That's going to take out the 7 of Christopher Hart as well. The 2 continues to roll down the front straightaway, barrel rolling for all he's worth. A spectacular accident. Thank goodness in iRacing, you press a button and that car is fixed. That's going to take the 2 out of commission, as it will the 7 of Hart and the 6 of Alejandro Segovia. Up front, Jeffrey Blanchard leads. The 3 of Nicholas Martin is second. Behind them, I think the next car in line would be the 16 of Robert Tucker. Tucker running in third. Then behind Tucker, we see the 13 of Aaron Williams in fourth. Behind the 13 of Williams, it's a ways back to the 00 of Johnson. So Johnson now sits in the 5th spot. Then behind Johnson, it's all right, so behind Johnson, it looks like it's the 15 of Oster and the 4 of Rafael Blanco. Then behind that group, the 14 of Derek McMurtry. Behind McMurtry on the track, that's the 8 of Christian Tompkins. Then behind Tompkins, the 12 of Nas Joev. Joev being shown in the 10th spot. Behind Joev, we see the 6 of Segovia, still on the lead lap, but far behind. Then behind Segovia, the 17 of Alejandro Marquez. And behind Marquez, the 10 of Ariel Balderrama. Balderrama, the last car on the lead lap. Behind Balderrama, we're back around to the leader, Jeffrey Blanchard. We are on lap 10. It will be halfway this time by. Blanchard leads Nicholas Martin. It's Blanchard 1, Martin 2, Tucker 3, Williams 4. Jake Johnson now in the 5th spot, with Oster, Blanco, McMurtry, Tompkins, and Joe rounding out the top 10 at the line at the halfway point. It's the 11 of Jeffrey Blanchard. Blanchard has led every lap of this race, keeping that 11 car glued to the low side. If you're going to pass Blanchard, you're going to do it the hard way. Blanchard, as soon as I say that, lets the car drift up just a little bit. Doesn't open the door enough for Nicholas Martin to get in. Martin sticks right on Blanchard's back bumper. It's Blanchard, Martin, Tucker, Williams, Johnson. Those are your top 5 cars. Blanchard through the center of 3 and 4, now out of 4 onto the front straightaway. He heads into the tri-oval. This will mark the halfway point, actually marks the beginning of lap number 12. There are 9 laps to go here. Blanchard with the lead, followed by Martin, Tucker, Williams, and Johnson. Robert Tucker trying to find a way to catch these leaders. Tucker currently sits in the third spot. He's a bit back, but maybe close enough to pick up the draft and make a race of this yet. Behind Tucker is Aaron Williams, also trying to hang on and stick in the draft. Tucker about 0.8 of a second back. That's right on the edge of the drafting line, but it looks like Tucker has managed to catch that lead draft and should begin to close on the leaders here. Tucker definitely closing now, just a few car lengths back. It's Blanchard, Martin, Tucker. Those three cars now going to be fighting it out as the 3 slips and slides, gets a little bit of sideways, something going on with car number 3. He's up and out of the groove. That's going to let the 16 get to the inside, and it's going to give the 11 of Jeffrey Blanchard a little bit of an advantage. Martin on the outside, Tucker on the inside. Looks like the 16 of Tucker is going to make his way past the 3 of Nicholas Martin. Out front, it's still Jeffrey Blanchard. Blanchard has pulled away from this pair as the 3 touches that outside wall. It's Blanchard, Martin, Tucker, Williams, Johnson. Those are your top 5. But right now, Jeffrey Blanchard has pulled away to a nearly 1 second lead over the 16 of Robert Tucker. I don't expect that lead will hold, as well, it might, as Martin now looks to the inside of Robert Tucker. Those two cars racing side by side are going to give a break to the 11 of Jeffrey Blanchard. Blanchard going to hold off the 16 of Tucker and the 3 of Martin as those cars race side by side, slow themselves down. That's going to allow Blanchard to maintain what looks like about a 10 to 12 car length lead. Martin has managed to get past the 16 of Tucker. It's going to be Blanchard, Martin, Tucker, Williams. Those 4 cars now look like they will be racing for the win, as Jake Johnson is over 3 seconds back. You can just see Johnson's pack coming into the screen as the leaders exit turn 2 and head down the back straightaway. Blanchard down onto the blue line, trying to protect that inside position. The short way, the fast way here at Charlotte. The street stocks at Charlotte run wide open, foot to the floor. Draft does come into play, and it looks like Martin has caught the draft of Jeffrey Blanchard. Martin trying to close on Blanchard's back bumper. There are 5 to go this time by. Jeffrey Blanchard with the lead. Martin second. Robert Tucker third. Aaron Williams fourth. Jake Johnson rounding out the top 5. Behind Johnson, it's Oster, Blanco, Tompkins, McMurtry, and Joe rounding out the top 10. Blanchard glues that car to the bottom line. The 3 of Nicholas Martin on his back bumper. They head into turn number 3. Blanchard keeps that car low, lets it drift up just a little bit, but Nicholas Martin doesn't have anything to do. There's no dice there. Martin trying to find his way around, looks to the outside as they come to the start-finish line, and at the stripe, it's going to be the 11 of Blanchard. There are 4 laps to go. Blanchard has led 16 laps. Now, Martin looks to the outside. That's going to open the door just a little bit for the 16 of Robert Tucker. Tucker, though, tucks in behind Martin. Now looks underneath as Martin lets the car slide up just a little bit. It's Blanchard, Martin, Tucker. Martin now on the outside. He doesn't have a dance partner, but it looks like Tucker's going to try to go with the 11 as Martin tries to make a move on the outside. The car side by side as they come through the middle of 3 and 4. Now out of 4 onto the front straightaway. 11, Jeffrey Blanchard on the inside. 3, Nicholas Martin on the outside. The car side by side as they come to the stripe. It's going to be Blanchard with the lead. Blanchard leads lap number 17. There are 3 to go. Jeffrey Blanchard on the inside, Nicholas Martin on the outside. Martin trying to make a run on that high side. We come out of 2 onto the back straightaway, side by side yet again. Neither car has a dancing partner. The 16 of Tucker looks like he's closing on the 11 of Blanchard. If Tucker chooses to go low, that'll help push Blanchard past the 3 of Martin. Martin on the outside, Blanchard on the inside. Martin's going to get a run here out of turn number 4 onto the front straightaway and into the tri-oval. Martin trying to make his way forward. He looks like he's got a pretty good run, and at the stripe this time by, it's still going to be Jeffrey Blanchard, but by the smallest of margins, maybe by a bumper. There are 2 laps to go. Blanchard on the inside, Martin on the outside. Robert Tucker on the inside now, lines up behind Jeffrey Blanchard. Blanchard trying to sniff the draft of the lapped car. That's the 6 of Alejandro Segovia just ahead of them. Blanchard on the inside, the 3 of Nicholas Martin on the outside. Behind Blanchard, it's Tucker. Behind Martin, it's the 13 of Aaron Williams. Tucker disappears. Tucker gone. He's got some sort of an internet problem. Looks like Robert Tucker has disconnected. That means that Blanchard and Martin are going to race it out side by side at the stripe with 1 to go. It's still Jeffrey Blanchard with the lead. Blanchard slips up just a little bit, bumps into the 3. Blanchard on the inside, the 3 of Martin on the outside. Behind them, it's the 13 of Williams. Jake Johnson now has moved up into the 4th spot, but he is not a factor. It's a 3-car battle for the lead as the 3 of Nicholas Martin looks to the outside. Who is Aaron Williams going to back? Which horse is he going to fight with? Who's he going to cover? On the inside, it's the 11 of Blanchard. On the outside, the 3 of Martin. The 13 decides to go to the inside. Aaron Williams behind the 11 of Jeffrey Blanchard. They come out of 4 onto the front straightaway, coming into the tri-oval. The cars side by side, and at the line, it's going to be the 3 of Nicholas Martin with a last lap pass. He gets just enough of a run out of turn number 4 to steal that win. Jeffrey Blanchard leads 19 laps and ends up finishing second to the 3 of Nicholas Martin on a final lap last turn pass on the outside. Martin runs a smart race, uses the outside to his advantage. Blanchard did everything right, held that inside line. It's Martin, Blanchard, Williams, Jake Johnson finishing in the 4th spot, with Christopher Oster in the 15 coming home 5th. The 4 of Rafael Blanco would be 6th, the 7 of Tompkins, or the 8 of Tompkins in 7th, then McMurtry in 8th, Nazjoev in 9th, and the 17 of Andre Marquet rounding out the top 10. A great run by Nicholas Martin, fantastic strategy at the end, used the outside line to the advantage and to take the win at Charlotte Motor Speedway. For the Johnson iRacing team on the Johnson iRacing Network, this is Aaron Johnson saying, go fast, turn left, have fun.